Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It's kind of dark out here already, and it is 5:45, and Alex just got home and fed little Boo Radley, and I'm getting videos up, and then as soon as I get done with this vlog, I'm gonna start getting ready so that Alex can take me over to Tanya Jean's, and then we're gonna go to our meeting tonight, and I'm really excited about that. We were actually supposed to go with a friend of ours, but Tanya said that it's just the two of us now. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that and getting to have my Tanya Jean night, and we'll go get a little bit of a fountain pop afterwards, which I've been getting lemonades, so. And then when I come home, I'm gonna watch the last episode of The Patient, which I was just talking to Caroline on the phone about. My cousin Caroline, she watched it last night, and she said it was more of the same of the whole season. I said, well, don't tell me. I said, I'm kind of tempted for you just to tell me so I can just like know how it ends. I said, is there like a conclusive end to the show? A resounding end, a conclusive end to the show. And she goes, yeah, there's a conclusive end to the show, but she said it's whatever. So she said it's better than The Watcher. I'm a vlog watcher. I'm a vlog watcher. How about you? So anyway, I should sing that at the beginning of every vlog from now on. So it's rather nice out today. I mean, not nice. It's like wet, and it's kind of been rainy and stuff like that. You can see it's like kind of like rainy and wet. My white mom down here on the end, she's done. In fact, I was like, and this one up here is actually not doing that well either. I think next year I'm gonna buy just the yellow and the rust mums. I don't really know what made them go bad. Like, the one day she was dry as a bone, but other than that, like, I mean, even the other mums are doing still well, and I've been watering them, and we had a couple days where it got cold, but not like cold enough where it was like killing the mums. My neighbor across the street, she has white mums too. I can see them right next to her mailbox, and her mums look a little kind of like faded and yellow too, so I don't know, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, here, you guys want to see my mums. It makes me kind of sad because they were so big and pretty, and they're just not doing well at all. See? Now the rust ones are still doing really well. And my pumpkin, and there's my pumpkin, and my pumpkin's doing so well. So, and then my yellow ones are doing well. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why the white ones, and I said something to Alex because I really like the white ones. Tanya really liked the white ones. Caroline really liked the white ones. So I said to Alex the other night, I said, I think next year I'm just gonna buy the rust and yellow ones because the white ones didn't do that well. And he was like, well, I like the rust and the yellow ones better anyway. I really like the purple mums too. I don't remember if they had purple mums when we went there. Like, you know, like the lavender color mums. Like, I think those are really pretty as well. But I kind of feel like they would do just the same as maybe the white ones. I don't know. I don't have a green thumb. I wish I did. I do my best. You know, what did I buy them 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they've brought me a lot of joy, and they still look good. I think this weekend, because I think the yellow and rust ones could probably last another 2 or 3 weeks, I might go and see, because the flower market usually, like, towards the end of fall, like, they lower their prices. I might go by there and buy some smaller ones that are like $14.99 or something, and just replace the white. Well, this one is still hanging in there, so I might just replace that one on the end, and just get like another yellow one or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, how are you guys doing? Got up today and did a bunch of stuff around the house. Been doing laundry, making the bed, cleaning the house, cleaning the kitchen, all that kind of stuff. Alex and I got pizza last night, which was delicious. And we watched a bunch of, he had a lot of the Watch What Happens Lives with Andy Cohen. Cohen, I said, with Andy Cohen, taped, live, well, taped, you know, like DVR'd, recorded from live from BravoCon. So we watched those. We watched like 2 or 3 of those. He had like 5. I think he watched the other 2 when I talked to Tanya. So we watched those and we ate our pizza. I only ate like 3 pieces of pizza, which I guess sounds like a lot, but I still have. He got something else too. He got it from Papa John's, and it's called like a Papacito or something like that. It was really spicy. It was okay. It just kind of tasted like pizza to me. Like, this is the thing, like, he got cheese bread, pizza, each of us a large pizza, and then this like Papacito thing, and like all of it just kind of tasted the same to me, which is kind of like how Papa John's stuff is. I know there's people out there that are like, ooh, Papa John's, I can't stand it. I don't really know how I like would rank my pizzas. Noble Romans I used to love back in the day. Let me think about all the pizzas I've had. Noble Romans I used to love back in the day, like when I was a kid. We would get it every once in a while. We would go there and eat it. And then when we would go to Chicago, Gino's Pizza was my absolute, and is to this day, my absolute favorite, with the cornbread crust. You can actually get it at the grocery store. We like purchased it a couple times, and like I think you can even get it like I found it at Walmart before. And it's not too big. It's like this big. And you can get like sausage one or like cheese one or whatever, but you don't need any bigger than that for a couple people because the slices are like this thick. I love deep dish pizza. I know a lot of people like thin pizza. Like, my husband loves thin pizza. There's this restaurant here in town called Napoli's, and it's like, you know, like that Mediterranean or Italian, whatever, like thin crust pizza, and he likes it. I'm not a huge fan of that. Another one of my favorites is Basbo's, which is local, and they have a pizza called the Quattro Formaggio, which is 4 cheeses, and it has like this like cheese piled up on top. It's so good. And it has bacon on it, so I get it without the bacon. And like when we go to Puccini's, I always get pasta, but he gets like a large cheese pizza, and it's thin pizza, and I don't like it. It's just like whatever. As far as like grocery store pizza, I love those Totino's dollar party pizzas. I love those so much. They just taste so bad. They're just like so like not good for you. Like, I just love those so much. I literally can just like bake one and eat it in one setting. I think they're so good. DiGiorno's are pretty good. There's a couple others out there that I like. Let's see, what other pizza do I like? Pizza Hut. I love Pizza Hut pizza. I love the breadsticks at Pizza Hut. Actually, I was just telling Tanya the other day, I go, do you remember Pizza Bell? And she goes, what is Pizza Bell? And I said, Pizza Bell is like, it was Pizza Hut and Taco Bell together. And you could drive through Taco Bell and you could get like anything on the Taco Bell menu, but then they also had like personal pan pizzas, like little small ones, and breadsticks. And so you could get that at Taco Bell. And she was like, when was that? And I go, I remember it like right at the Taco Bell that's right close to our house. It's like right up the street. Right close to our house. I remember that from the Taco Bell that's like up the street from the one that's closest to us. And I would go there and I would get a Nachos Bel Grande. I would get a Nachos Bel Grande. And then I would get I've been like thinking about starting to do these TikToks where I just like talk for 2 minutes, like just about random stuff. I think this might be my first TikTok that I do, where I talk about the Pizza Bell and like whatever happened to the Pizza Bell. I think I might start do that. This is where I need to like make lists. There's a plane up there. Do you ever wonder like where planes are going? I always do when I see them. Can you see it? If I put it up there this way. Bye, plane. But I would get a Nachos Bel Grande, and then I would get a personal pan pizza and breadsticks and a large Dr. Pepper. So good. And maybe a Mexi melt. Oh my God, it was so delicious. I've thought about, because I like doing TikToks, like I do. I mean, I don't get like any kind of like large reception on them or anything, and I try to do reviews, but then I always get so nervous when I do the reviews on there. But whenever I do TikToks, people are always so nice. They're like, oh my God, Peter's back on TikTok, whatever. And I think like if I mean, like I vlog every day, right? I do a drama video almost every day, and I just talk, like, and so if I just did a TikTok that was like 1 to 3 minutes and I was like literally just like sitting down and talking, like, I don't, like that wouldn't be hard for me to do, you know? Like where I just was talking about life, like I could do that. That wouldn't be hard. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that on the TikTok. What do we think? Should we do it? Should I do it? Every time I say something about doing TikTok, there's always so many people that are like, Peter, don't do TikTok. Don't do TikTok. But it's not like it would be like long format, you know? It would just be 2 to 3 minutes on the TikTok. So I might start doing that over there. We'll see. Just things I think about. Just random things I think about in my life. Random things, number 1. What happened to the taco? The pizza bell. Random things, number 2. Is it a spork or is it a foon? Like, this is important stuff here, okay? Like, because there are some people that call it a foon. I've never in my life ever thought about who calls it a foon. Like, you're a fool if you call it a foon. See, like it's a spork. It's a spork, right? Spoon, fork. It's more of a spoon than it is a fork. Because even when you're forking things, you're kind of spooning it. So who's the big spork and the little spork? Or who's the big foon and the little foon? I don't know. Anyway, there's another plane up there. Look, can you see it? Let's spot the planes. Can you see it? It's way off in the distance. I don't know why there's so many planes that go like right over us, because we're actually not close to the airport whatsoever. Like, we're 45 minutes away from the airport. So I think it's interesting that we always have all these planes, and they're early today. Like, usually if I'm sitting out here late at night, like watching TV and stuff, like I'll hear the planes go overhead. Like, it's literally like almost every 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes they're like really low to the point where it's like I have to pause my show because it's so loud that I can't hear. What's going on over there? My neighbor across the street was not happy today. He was like walking down there, and my neighbor next door was like sanding a piece of wood or something like that. I said, are you doing woodworking now? He goes, I'm just sanding something. And then he looked across the street, and our neighbor was walking towards us, and he goes, is that him walking in his sock feet? And I said, yeah, he walks all over the neighbor, because he always, my neighbor walks in his bare feet. I don't know why this should be a surprise to him that he's walking in his sock feet, but he walks like in the grass in his sock feet and stuff like that. He might not want to walk in our yard, because he might get a little boo rattly poop on his socks, but anyway, no. So he, like, my neighbor said something to him, and he was like real kind of like gruff. This is my neighbor that yesterday like came, it just started raining, that came and sat next to me and was talking and whatever. And I mean, he knew that the tennis court nets were coming down. He knew that. And he looked at me, and I said, hey, how are you doing? And he goes, not happy. And I go, why? I go, what's wrong? And he goes, well, the pickleball nets are down already. And I go, oh. I said, already? Like we hadn't had this whole conversation about it yesterday, right? And he goes, little early if you ask me, but nobody asks me. There's like 4 people that play. It used to be like a bigger league in the neighborhood, and now there's like it's like him and like 3 women, I guess. That is a big plane, you guys. Look. Can you see it? You guys, I can't see the camera, so you guys are probably like, Peter, we can't see any of the planes that you're showing us. But anyway, it used to be a bigger league, I think, but some people dropped out, so now there's like 4 people. It's like him and 3 women. And because I told him, I was like, because Caroline was going to start taking pickleball lessons, and then I told him, I was like, oh, I want to learn how to play pickleball and whatever. So he was like, well, I'll teach you how to play pickleball. So I might try to learn how to play pickleball, and then next year I might be on the league as well. I thought that would be fun. It'd be like something to do, you know? And I mean, I played tennis growing up, so it can't be really that much more difficult than tennis. I can't imagine. He was kind of explaining it to me that it's like 4 spaces, and it's like you use the same net. I think it's like the front spaces, you know, of the court. The leaves are starting to fall. Like today's been like the first day. It's like all the leaves changed overnight. Seems like, well, not overnight, but like within like 2 or 3 days. And then they're falling. I don't know if you can see. I keep on, but up here, the top of my tree, do you see it? It's like all gone. And then do you see there, my yard down there? All the leaves that are down there. So when I came out this morning, they were doing the yard, and they mowed the yard, and then, well, first they blew all the leaves into the driveways, and they mowed the yard, and then they like bagged up or got rid of all the leaves. The yards were like, didn't have 1 leaf in it. That is all from just like today. Isn't that crazy? It's weird to think that, you know, within a couple weeks, there won't be any leaves on the trees. And, I mean, we've already had, like, the one morning that I woke up and there was, like, you know, it was, like, well, the one morning that I was sitting out here watching TV, and it was, like, lightly snowing outside, and, it was so funny because I, like, posted it on my Twitter. I can't remember what night it was, but I posted it on my Twitter, like the newscaster in Indianapolis, like he was doing like the guy that does like the weather for the morning, or like the traffic or whatever. He like posted this picture of it snowing in downtown Indianapolis, and they were getting like a lot more snow than we were, right? Like flurries. And so like I showed Alex the video, and he goes, "Did you go downtown last night?" I go, "Yeah. Me and Boo Radley, we just started walking downtown last night." I go, "What? You went to bed?" I sat up here and I was like watching shows outside. He was like, "I didn't understand like what you were." I said, "This is from the newscaster guy's show." Yep, me and Boo Radley, we just started walking downtown last night in the snow. Do you know what's kind of sad is that, like, I love pumpkins. But, like, when I was a kid, I guess I got real excited about, like, carving pumpkins and stuff. I don't really get that excited about carving pumpkins anymore. Like, this is the thing. Like, even with, like I'm starting to think about how I want, like, the porch to look like at Christmas time and stuff. Or, like, getting it ready for, like, fall. Like, I like it done. Like, this is very similar to me with cooking. Like, I like it done, and I like when it looks pretty and everything's done, and everybody's like, "Ooh, it looks so nice," and then I can just kind of sit here with my mums or sit here with my Christmas trees and all that, right? But I don't necessarily like doing all the work to get it that way. Like, I don't like hauling the mums up here, pulling everything, you know, weeding the walkway, you know. I don't love doing all that stuff. I don't love, like, going around. I mean, I like going and looking at the Christmas stuff and buying stuff for the patio. Like, that's fun to look at it and stuff like that. But then, like, hauling out of the car, figuring out how you're going to do it, watering the mums. I mean, I don't love all that stuff, you know? There's so many people, like Alex, he really does like that stuff. Like, he likes to, like, get a vision and, like, put it together, like, with outfits. Like, he loves to put outfits together, you know? Like, before he goes on a trip, especially if he's going to go to, like, a music festival or something like that. Like, when he just went to go visit his brother recently, it's like, he will, like, he lays out, like, everything from, like, t-shirt, belt, sunglasses, like every boot, hat, everything like that he's gonna wear, and he'll have like outfit 1, outfit 2, and then he'll have like all these different choices and whatever. And it's so funny because, like, I'll just lay on the bed and watch him while he does it and talk to him. But he gets so excited about planning these outfits out, and like, even when he like orders stuff online and like you know, Alex likes nice clothes, but he also buys stuff from like Shein. And although he's gotten a few things from Shein that he got here and he said were complete crap when he got them here. What's the website that he really likes? Well, he likes Zara a lot. Alex really likes Zara. Whenever we go to Miami or Chicago, like, that's like, he always wants to go to Zara. When we were in Chicago with our friends going to see Swedish House Mafia, like, we went to Zara that day, and Alex, like, bought a bunch of stuff. He loves Zara. But what's the one that why can't I think of what it's called? It's like a really short name. There's like a UK one and like a US one. That Instagrammer, Justin Livingstone, I think that's how we found out about the website, because Alex used to follow him a lot. I don't even think he follows him anymore. And he got a lot of stuff from that website. Why can't I think of what that website is called? But they have like shoes and shirts and pants and all kinds of stuff. I will say one thing I like about that website is that they have plus sizes on there too, which I think is really great. Why can't I think of what that website is called? ASOS? Maybe ASOS? Is that what it is? I don't know. I can't think right now. It's raining, so I have a feeling not a lot of people will come to the meeting tonight. It's usually when there's some kind of like weather, like rain or snow. Well, it's interesting because I was telling my friend this the other day that's not sober, and it's like, but her boyfriend is, and it's like when, like, during the summer, you don't, like, our meetings aren't like fully, like, they're not super heavy. But then, like, after Labor Day, people start coming back to meetings. Our meeting is kind of interesting. And then, like, in the winter, it's the spring and, like, early summer is, like, the heaviest time for my home group meeting. A lot of the people at my meeting are older, so they have, like, you know, winter homes that they go to. They go to, like, Florida or Arizona, and they have meetings down there that they go to and things like that. So, did you guys hear the rain? It's so pretty. And so, some people we don't see for like 2-3 months because they're gone, you know, they're like in Florida or Arizona or whatever. So it's nice to see them again. And then they'll come home, you know, and we see them for a few months, and then they usually, like, at Thanksgiving time, like after Thanksgiving or Christmas, like, they go back away, and so then we don't see them. And so, but like a lot of new people usually come in around New Year's, after the summer, things like that. Last week I got to see that friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. Maybe that'll happen again tonight. I get to see somebody I haven't seen in a long time. I think it's supposed to start getting really cold tonight again, like, and it's supposed to be like, it was like, I think it was still like in the 70s today. But then tomorrow, I think it's supposed to drop down to like the mid to upper 50s or low 60s. Maybe the rain will help my mums a little bit. Tanya asked me to come a little bit earlier tonight because there's like construction like on the way to our meeting, so we have to take a different way. We'd like to get there early too and get, a cup of coffee and just kind of interact with people and things like that. It's fun. There's a lot of leaves falling from this tree. I'm like watching it. It's just like boom, 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 boom. It's pretty though. I see all these things posted on Instagram with like these really pretty pictures, like this, like wreath is like beautiful leaves, right? That's fake, obviously. And I was telling somebody the other day, it's like, I didn't sit on the front porch that often years past, and I didn't really take in how absolutely beautiful my neighborhood is. I have just such a true appreciation for how beautiful it is now in a way that I didn't before. Like, I didn't really truly appreciate it before, look at it. And, I think I was telling my neighbor that. And he said his wife was saying that the leaves were changing so differently and so vibrantly because it had been drier out, which I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know anything about that. But I feel like they still changed the same. I mean, Indiana always looks like this in the fall. I just think, like, I really learned to, like, sit and be still, and just be present and appreciate the really like small things. And even if you go back in my vlog from like 2-3 years ago, right, it's like I talked about that. I talked about the small things mean the most in life. It's the small things, be grateful for the small things, the smallest moments, be present, all that, right? Like, I've always known that. But I think truly day in and day out, like sitting in this chair on the front porch and just the kindness of my neighbors walking by and being like, hey, how are you? And, when my camera's not on, like, they know that I'm filming. So when they see my camera here, like, they'll say hi, but they don't usually, like, talk. But, like, if the camera's not up, like, they stop and talk. Or they'll stop and walk up to, like, where the walkway is at the end. And, they'll, like, say hi and, like, what's going on and what's new and all that kind of stuff. And ask me questions, not just my neighbors here, but like all of my neighbors in the neighborhood, the ones that I know, and just the changing of the seasons. And it's funny because Manny MUA put something on his Instagram about a squirrel like hiding a nut, and so somebody commented and said, do you not have squirrels where you're at or something? And he said something like, yeah, tons. And I'm thinking to myself, like, we have all kinds of animals here. I see like all kinds of animals on a regular basis. But I don't know, like, for a while, like in our hostas, there was like this little mouse and there was like a little chipmunk a little mouse ran up here one night that kind of freaked me out. But there was a little chipmunk that was like running back and forth. You guys remember that? It was just a couple weeks ago. And look, it's so loud coming down the street. It's a plane and a car at the same time. There was like this little chipmunk that was running across the street. Well, I don't know. I've always had a lot of nervous energy, as a kid, even as an adult, like from the moment that I get up, I just have kind of like a lot of nervous energy. And so for me to sit and be present is difficult. But I've really learned that recently, you know, and to just sit and drink some coffee and to watch a little, it stopped, to watch a little chipmunk run back and forth, you know, or to watch the rain fall and just appreciate the rain, and it's really all of a sudden pouring down rain, or to notice day in and day out the changing of the leaves, or just even like how quickly the leaves are falling, you know. And I think it really slows down the clock, if that makes sense, and makes me so much more appreciative of those small moments. Like, I've learned that, you know, like I got it already and I knew it, but I think like I really learned it, you know. So if you don't do this, like, you know, we talk about meditation a lot in recovery, and in 2022 people think that it has this like deeper meaning to it, but you know, like in 1941 when we were talking about meditation, you know, and the idea of prayer and meditation, it really just meant deep thought is what it meant. If you're not somebody that just sits, because I have to say, like, other than like just sitting and reading or watching TV or a movie or whatever back in the day, I would not just sit. Well, like when I did meditations and prayers, like I would just sit and be part of the universe, right? And like hear the sounds, but not for like an hour, half an hour or an hour. You know, if you have that time in your day, if you have the time for that, just sit down. I thought I heard something back there. Just sit down and see if you can take 20 or 30 minutes each day and just be with nature, you know, and just be present. Or even if you don't have, like, I don't know, if you like live in a city, just sit on your, you know, balcony or open your window and just look outside and just be part of that world that you're in, you know, that our chosen world, and just hear what you hear and smell what you smell. Like, I mean, right now I can smell the leaves and I can smell the rain and the earth and the mums, and I can taste the coffee from drinking it, you know, and it's like, and I can feel the rain splashing up on my feet, and it's just like I feel of this world, you know. What an amazing feeling that is. And to take those moments and truly appreciate them. Just try it. If you haven't done it, just try it, you know. I think that's something I would have heard of, like, in the past and been like, God, that's such a great idea, and then like on to the next thing and not done it. And so, you know, I'm really grateful that I've learned it. Anyway, I'm going to get off here now so I can get this vlog. I know this is shorter, but I want to get this vlog like up and going. So before I leave, it's ready to go and uploading, so when I come home I can post it. So tonight I will be watching the last episode of The Patient and the first episode of Dragula. I was going to watch that last night, but I didn't. So I'm really excited about that tonight. I'm going to eat some leftover pizza. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. It's like really starting to pour. Look at this. I'm singing in the rain. Anyway, thank you guys. I hope you're having a magically amazing Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out on the front porch with me today during this little rainstorm. And let's see. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but what? Shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. And be kinder, also be kinder to one another. Love one another a little bit more. And most importantly, be kinder and love yourself a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I love you. Happy birthday, Lena. Love ya.